All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessing to the Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity, enduring afflictions as a good soldier of Yahushai. So this is Psalms 91 and 8. I'm going to just get right into it. It says, "Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." Okay, and the wicked is talking about you so-called white people. Okay, and the Israelites, 144,000, the elect of Yahweh Bashim Shai, we're seeing the reward. We're seeing you fall as lightning, like the scriptures say. As Satan, I beheld Satan fall as lightning. Okay, and I'll get that scripture because we're seeing the so-called white man fall out of power. Okay, we're seeing the prophecy of Jacob holding the heel of Esau. Okay, representing that Jacob was going to pull Esau out of rulership. Okay, because the Edomites, the biblical Edomites, are you so-called white people that are ruling treacherously here in America and around the world, putting hell upon the people. Okay, genetically modifying foods, all right, tapping into the water table and polluting it. Okay, everywhere that you touch your hand, you pollute it and you destroy it. Okay, because you are the wicked. Let me read that scripture again. It says, "Only with thy eyes thou shalt behold and see." So we're seeing with our eyes. We're beholding and seeing the downfall of you so-called white people. Okay, from politically, socially, economically, financially. Okay, all these different platforms that you have created, you have built up from your youth, are being destroyed. All right, at a very rapid pace. Okay, you have your military spread thin. Okay, the morality of America is totally wiped away. You have homosexuals and you have transgenders in your military. You have homosexuals and transgenders in your educational system, teaching the young children. Okay, and then you're polluting their minds. You're polluting their minds with this food. You have a very obese problem here in America. You're the #1 obese nation in the world. Okay, you have the most incarcerated people locked up in the world. All right, you have the highest level of drug addicts. You have an opioid epidemic. Okay, you have all these different pestilences, which are diseases. You have the flu epidemic. Every time you turn around, somebody has to take a week off of work, 2 weeks off of work. Okay, people dying from gun violence. Okay, so-called white people, so-called white children, young kids going into schools and shooting up schools, killing thousands. Even if it might be a false flag or not, but that's the spirit of America, man. All right, you're the face of being an addict, a drug addict. You're the face of terrorism. Okay, and rightfully so, because you have done and you have perpetuated wickedness around the whole planet Earth. And now the Earth is fighting back. The Earth is mad at you. Okay, so we're seeing the wicked fall out of rulership as we speak right now. Let me read that again. It says, "Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." Okay, so we're seeing the reward of the wicked. We're seeing you Edomites fall down rapidly, man. Okay, you're totally being taken over by Jake. Okay, by the Israelites, and you're being taken over, all right, through the spirit. Okay, you're not being taken over through a physical takeover like we're taking up arms. Which if we did that, you'll smash all that because that is your blessing. Okay, but the whole spirit of America is now being changed into the spirit of Jacob. All right, who are the true Israelites? Okay, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All the nations are rousing up against you. They're taking up proverbs against you, pretty much saying destroy America because of all the crimes that they have show forth around the planet Earth. This man cannot deal justly. And I got a couple of precepts. I'm just gonna jump around to all these precepts that I have. This is Psalms 7 and 11. It says, "The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day." You see that? The Most High is angry with you Edomites every single day. Even though you still have us in captivity, even though you have 2/3 of our people, okay, that are sellouts, that are coons, that love this world. Okay, the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. The wicked of our people and all you Edomites, man. Okay, because all these nations that you have beef with, that you're fighting against, at one point they were scared of you because you have the technology to destroy them. Okay, but now they have the same technology in the form of ICBMs. So you're no longer the big boy on the block. Okay, China is a top emerging economy. Okay, Russia is a top economy. Okay, and they have top military forces. All right, you're in trade wars with China, which you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose miserably. Okay, they're cutting you out all these oil pipeline deals. Okay, your proxy wars are being smashed. Okay, and you're being found out to be a liar. So the Most High, he's mad at the wicked, which are you so-called white people, going into your elites, the elite banking families. Okay, because the average everyday so-called white man, he doesn't know what's going on. All right, he is of the low sort. He is of the baser sort, so to speak. Okay, he's not an elite. The super elite, the banker families, the ones who know about Jacob and Esau, the ones that know that they're the Edomites, they're shivering. They're scared. That's why they're playing with the views on the YouTube. They're playing with the thumbnails. They're trying to discourage brothers from going out there and pushing this word. Well, you're gonna lose drastically and miserably. All right, in the spirit you have already lost, and we're seeing the physical manifestation of your kingdom going down right before your eyes. You're how many $1 trillion in debt that you cannot pay this money back, to the point where you're gonna try to bring an RFID microchip. Okay, and that's when all hell is gonna break loose. That's when the Most High, he's gonna come. He's gonna set up a standard. Okay, when you come in as a flood, the enemy comes in as a flood, because contrary to popular belief, you are the enemy. You're the number one enemy of the Israelites. Okay, you're the enemy of the Most High. You're enemy of God. You're enemy of who you call Jesus Christ, which his real name, his proper name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, let me continue in this. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. He has bent his bow and made it ready. He has also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. You see that? You're the persecutors. You persecute your brethren, who we were supposed to be your brethren, but you have broken that brotherly covenant. Okay, so the Most High, he has prepared these arrows for you. He has prepared these nuclear missiles for you. Okay, in Russia, they have a missile called the Satan II. Okay, and that's spiritual in itself, man. Okay, though Satan be against Satan, be it divided against Satan, how shall the kingdom last? How shall the kingdom stand? Okay, so ultimately, this third world war is going to be by two superpowers, by two Edomites, the most violent people on the planet Earth, the only ones who think about their mind is shoot first, ask questions later, and if you don't like it, I'll still shoot at you. So the Most High is going to turn your wickedness back on you. Okay, you so-called white people, for your crimes and atrocities against the Most High, by the hand of his people. By you have put hell upon his people. You have sought to wear out the saints of the Most High. So now we're starting to see everything that you have built up from your youth, all your infrastructure. Okay, your political rat race. Okay, your game show. It's nothing but a game show. Everything that you have built up from your youth is now being exposed, it's being exposed for the lie that it is. Okay, for the smoke and mirror that it is. Okay, everything is pretty much in a fantasy land. Okay, and you have these people's minds all messed up through the philosophies, through your doctrines, through your way of life. Okay, through you using chemical warfare, through you using nutrition as a weapon. Okay, as you're using, you're playing on these people's senses, their emotions. Okay, the spiritual demon Satan is with you, but it's going to come a point where the spiritual demon Satan is going to flee away from you, and then you're not going to have any protection. That's when all these nations are going to start taking up arms against you. They're going to say, Yankee, go home. They're going to say, take your military get your military out of our country, and they're doing that now. Okay, these nations that you once in league with you, like the scriptures say, they're gonna break away from that hegemony. Okay, they're gonna break away from that petrodollar, and you're seeing it now. The Chinese, they want to trade now in the yuan. Okay, the petro yuan. Okay, and deal with Iran, deal with Russia, deal with the Koreas, Okay, pretty much cut you out of the deal. Okay, so you're going to fight tooth and nail to try to keep that rulership. But your rulership is falling. Okay, let me bring out this scripture. This is Luke 10 and 18, and he said to them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. You see that, and lightning is very quick, okay? And that's how your kingdom is going down. It's going down very rapidly, okay, in a precipitous decline, like the brother y'all call always says, okay. Which the word precipitous means to go down in a drain, in a spiral rapidly, okay. So we're starting to see all these things. Pretty much the prophecies come to pass of the so-called white man being pulled out of rulership, okay? And then the Most High's people, the elect, are being risen up right before your eyes. And now great fear is falling upon all the elites. Great fear is falling upon all the nations, okay? Because we're seeing Yahweh Basham Shai make promise on destroying the so-called white man and the other nations. Okay, he's drawing all the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat right now. That's why it talks about in Joel the 3rd chapter about beat your plowshares into pruning hooks. Okay, meaning take all your money. Okay, all your GDP. Don't put it into infrastructure. Don't put it into agriculture. Don't put it into education. Don't put it into the medical field. Put it into military. Okay, put it into defense. Okay, put it into building up your nuclear weapons. And this is what all the nations have done to fight against the so-called white man. Okay, so let me I have some more scriptures. This is Baruch 4:25. My son, Salakia, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're suffering patiently the wrath. Okay, because we are still suffering from the wrath of Yahweh Basham Shai. At the same time, we are also in the Lord's grace and the Lord's mercy, because He has given us this word. He has told us the things from the beginning. He has told us the thing that's going to happen at the end from the beginning. He has given His secrets unto us. Okay, now we understand all these things that are happening and why they're going to happen and why they should happen. Okay, and we have a smile on our face because we're seeing our enemies fall quickly right before our eyes. The whole morality of America, okay, is shot, man. Okay, you have homosexuals at an all-time high. Okay, lesbianism, all manner of perverseness. All right, sex changes. Okay, all right, women over men. Okay, children acting a fool. People wholly given unto Satanism, basically. Okay, the entertainment business is being exposed for the devil worshiping, Satan worshipers that they have to partake to try to make it in this society. Okay, so we are still under the Lord's wrath. We're suffering it patiently. Okay, now at the same time, we see that all these prophecies are coming to pass to get you to pull you so-called white people out of rulership. It says, for thy enemy has persecuted thee. Okay, the enemy is talking about you so-called white people, man. Mainly, and that's what I'm focusing on, because other nations, they're going to get it too. They're an enemy too. They help forward the affliction. They didn't do anything when you were beating us, when you were lynching us, okay, when you were castrating us, when you had us in hardcore bondage, servitude, using our children as alligator babies, okay, pushing us off of cliffs, okay, hunting us down, scalping us, okay, raping our women, okay, pretty much having your way with us. Experimenting on the black woman, experimenting on Hispanic and Native American woman, okay, giving us different diseases, and then sitting back and writing certain things down to pretty much use as science experiments, okay, to see, okay, how does this disease work? How does this work? All right, to perfect more of your weaponized diseases, okay. You did that at the hands of the children of Israel. Okay, so now it's time for everything you have done to fall back onto you. All right, and you don't have to believe this. You don't have to have this in your mind, or this is going to happen, or it's not. This is going to happen because it's written in the scriptures. Okay, it says, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction. Okay, so the enemy that has persecuted us, okay, the Edomites, it says, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. You see that? So we're in that short time right now, man. We're in the year of prophecy. We're in a year where all these prophecies are rapidly increasing. Okay, and we're in that short period of time where we're seeing the so-called white man fall out of power. Okay, Satan being cast down, man, at a very, very high rate. So that's why we're so turned up in the spirit. That's why brothers are so hot in the spirit, because we see our enemies fall right before our eyes. Okay, and hey, man, and that's what we look for. I got another scripture. It's one of my favorite scriptures too, man. If not my favorite scripture, this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children, and we can't have joy of our children here in America. We're gonna have joy of our children in the kingdom of heaven, where we're gonna have innumerable amount of children. Okay, and we don't have to worry about the so-called white man taking our children, pushing them off to CPS, get them over to a homosexual couple. Okay, having them being molested, having them being hit by a car or abducted, okay, or indoctrinated. Okay, that's even worse. Our children being indoctrinated, and that's transgenerational. They pass those ways onto what, their offspring. All right, they pass, and that just continue. That's why our people are so messed up from slavery, man. From slavery, that slave mentality has been passed down from generation to generation, and it has been waxing worse. Okay, that's why 2/3 of our people are all messed up. And you Edomites thought that the whole nation was going to be like that. Okay, you thought that you totally had us, or you took the Bible away from us. Okay, and then when we start getting into the Bible, you taught us this Renaissance Christianity, the slave plantation Christianity. Okay, and you thought that we were going to be perpetually in your hand, that you're going to have us forever. The word perpetual means without end. Okay, so you thought that you're going to have the children of Israel without end, and then you're going to be able to do away with them when you want it. But now your plan is not going. Everything's not going according to your plan. All right, you're trying to go to plan B, plan C, plan D, plan Z. Okay, but none of the wicked are going to prosper. None of you so-called white people are going to get away from this judgment. So you can't enjoy your children here, because your children are property of the state. Okay, it says, a man that has joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. All right, that's counted happy. That's counted joy, to see the fall of you so-called white people. Okay, and rightfully so. Number one, it was prophesied that it was going to happen. Number two, we're in that time. We're in the time where this is actually happening. We're in the time that all the prophets, okay, all the men of the Most High, they wanted to know when we're going to stop being in slavery under these damn nations, and that the kingdom of Israel was going to be established on the planet Earth in righteousness. We were going to have a total rest. We were going to be happy, right? Because that's really what we're doing is, and we're in the pursuit of happiness. And we have never been happy in this kingdom. We have never been happy in America, okay, or throughout any of the worlds any of the places that we have been scattered. Okay, contrary to how you see these so-called rappers, entertainers, all right, they catch pure hell. Okay, number one, they're with women that don't like them. They're just there for money. They get railroaded in the court system. Or they have to take all these type of drugs, okay, just to be normal for all the 6 things that they have done to try to achieve that dream, so to speak. Okay, because that money is not going to buy you happiness. All right, the only happiness that we get is from Yahweh Shema Shai. And part of that is seeing our enemies fall right before our eyes. We're going to see, we're seeing you Edomites fall right before our eyes as we speak. Okay, that was the prophecy. Let me just bring that out, and then I'll wrap up the lesson. Okay, because when you go into Genesis, the 25th chapter, it tells you that, and this kind of goes into it a little bit more in depth. And you can't get, and Esau, you can't get away with it. You can't get away from this. All right, you're going into slavery. Okay, the white woman, she's going into slavery. She's gonna be a bed wench. Okay, she's gonna be out there working in the field. Your children are going to be working in the fields. Okay, we're gonna have our way with you, just as you had your way with us. Okay, we're gonna do unto you double. So all the things that you have done, okay, all the racist jokes, all the lynchings and the hangings, okay, all the castration, okay, all the demoralization, okay, everything you have done to us, all right, poisoning our food, okay, making us work from sundown to sun up, okay, giving us no break. The scriptures say that you have not shown mercy unto the ancient, man. So we're not going to show mercy unto the old or the young, okay, to a man, woman, or child, okay. We're going to put total hell on you. We're going to put that pressure on you, that affliction, okay. You're going to be in total dire straits your whole existence for 1,000 years, okay. And then once the Most High, he deemed 1,000 years to be fit for judgment of you Edomites, man. Okay, and then we're gonna do away with you, and then wickedness is gonna be chased out of the world. Okay, like it talks about in Job the 18th chapter. You're gonna be chased out of the world. Okay, so this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Basically, Ezra was asking the angel, when is the end of this age going to end, and the beginning of that followeth is the kingdom of Israel under Yahweh Shai. When is that kingdom going to be established? Okay. He said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so you Edomites, you're the beginning of the world. Okay, because the prophecy was, okay, that the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and we're gonna come into that prophecy. That prophecy is going to be fully implemented, man, in the kingdom of heaven. And our foot is going to tread on our enemy's neck. Okay, our hands are going to be in the neck of our enemies. Okay, and you're going to start seeing a lot more uprisings of the tribes. Okay, Issachar, man, where I've been going lately, Issachar ready to give you the business, man. Okay, the so-called, what you would deem the Mexicans. Okay, the ones that you got tucked away. All right, that love the so-called white man. Well, the Lord, he raised up 12,000 from each tribe. Okay, and there's an elect number that's going to believe on him, and out of each tribe. So no deception in the form of trying to deem other ethnicity groups by certain bywords, by putting on them. That's not going to work, Esau. Nothing that you can do is going to work, because the spirit is going to crush and destroy all that. Okay, and we're seeing all our enemies. It's only with thy eyes thou shalt see. Okay, we're going to see the downfall of the wicked. When we're seeing it, we're actually seeing it right now. We're actually seeing Jacob, which are the Israelites, pull Esau out of rulership, man, through the spirit, through the first and foremost, starting with the apostles and elders on down, the prophets, the apostles, okay, the teachers, okay. We're seeing it right now, all right, and we're going to continue to see it. We're going to laugh about it, all right. We're going to drink wine to it, and we're gonna be merry in our heart every time we see judgment of the Lord, and fully when that judgment is totally implemented via the ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, when all the wicked is destroyed, because the Lord said He's angry at the wicked every single day. He's angry at you Edomites. Okay, and He's going to get you. All right, Shalom.